plastic. It's a material that we all love to hate. But starting this Friday, January 31st, the Art Students League of Denver will launch the Plasticene, an exhibition that examines the nature of plastic through its wildly varied presence across art. Now, Rachel Bass, Executive Director of the Art Students League of Denver, is here with Calliope Mianos, Exhibition Curator and Artist. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you for having us.
So, Rachel, let's start with you. What's the real inspiration behind the Plasticene, and why focus on plastics?
Well, plastics are ubiquitous in our world. I mean, they're in our clothing, they're in our eyes if you wear contacts or glasses. They're really everywhere. And there's so much conversation about what's happening in the environment, and we are very excited that this year is the 50th anniversary of Earth Day. So we felt like having an exhibit that shows how plastic is included in our art would be a really interesting way to celebrate Earth Day and also get people to think about plastic in a new way.
Yeah, really using it in different creative ways that spark a lot of attention around these projects. And Rachel, I said your name incorrectly, your last name, Bassy, right? In case anyone wants to look you up. So let's talk more about how the Plasticene exhibition came about.
Sure. We have a series of exhibits every year at the Art Students League that celebrate a variety of artists in our community. And we have a board member who works at the Museum of Nature and Science, Nancy Walsh, and we got to talking about some interesting ways to collaborate with the Museum of Nature and Science this year. And again, as I shared, this is the 50th anniversary of Earth Day, so it felt like coming up with something around plastics and working with the amazing Calliope here would be a wonderful way to kick off our exhibits in 2020.
Yeah, and what a neat collaboration between, you know, these two organizations. So Calliope, let's talk about what it's like to be a curator of an exhibition like this.
Yeah, so my background is in science communication and science illustration, which might seem odd as I'm curating an exhibit about plastic and showcasing my own art, but really the two are very deeply tied for me because I'm committed to communicating through art about complex topics.
Right. Well, let's talk about the two pieces that your original works that you brought in today and talk about the inspiration behind each one.
Sure. So what my work is about single-use plastic. As we've said, our relationship with plastic is complex, and we tend to think of plastic bags and plastic straws when we think of plastic, but it goes much further. So my work is about opening our eyes to see the world and the huge array of plastics. So this is a piece made with dental floss, for example, which many people wouldn't necessarily think is plastic, but it is.
Well, it has a very beautiful transparency to it. You really have to focus to even notice that it's made out of dental floss. Did you sew it onto the material that you used to apply it there?
Yes, and indeed it's actually on a treeless paper, so the paper is plastic as well.
Oh, how neat. And then this other second piece here almost has an infinity quality to it, right?
Yeah, and I wanted that. I wanted to reflect, you know, plastic makes our lives convenient and wonderful. It's a building block of modern life, but it's also problematic, and it can kind of drive us crazy.
Yeah, exactly. It does seem like a problem that is impossible to solve, but we have to start somewhere, and a conversation like this is so important. So Rachel, what about the panel discussion that you have up? You've got artist lectures accompanying the exhibition, and folks can learn more about that and actually come to some of these events.
They can, yes. So we have a series of programming that will complement the Plasticene exhibit during its time. So the exhibit runs January 31st through March 15th. On February 7th, we'll have a panel discussion that will include some scientists from the Museum of Nature and Science talking about plastic in our world and what it means to us culturally and what we can do to start addressing these issues as we move into the future. And then we have one of the artists doing an artist lecture on February 27th, Lori Frick, and she will then also be doing a workshop that will introduce people to how to make work similar to hers, and all of those are available and open to the public, and information about them is on our website.
Wonderful. Rachel, Calliope, thank you so much. Beautiful works here, and I hope it sparks those really necessary conversations. Well, you can also get inspired to turn your plastic into art by attending the Plasticene exhibition brought to you by the Art Students League of Denver. The exhibition is free and open to the public. Visit ASLD.org for more information.